This week on Not Your Average Fangirls.
He could make friends with an ant. There could be a little ant on the ground. He like, oh, hey, buddy. And that ant's going to be like, that's my guy.
People don't know their place with Ace. Dreamcatcher returns with a rock and EDM marriage of our dreams. And stay tuned for our BTS album review, which is probably the longest part of this episode. Check it out.
What's up, you guys? It's your Not Your Average Fangirls, and we are back with another episode. And Terica's back, everybody! Woo! She was in London town. She was in the London.
How was the tea?
The tea was great. The coffee was garbage.
Oh.
I was highly disappointed.
You have tea time, not coffee time.
Bro, I drank one coffee the entire week I was there. That's how you know.
Damn.
Wow.
Were you cranky the whole time? Because you get cranky without your coffee.
You really do.
No, I had tea, so I had caffeine, and I had lots of Coke. Don't try the Dr. Pepper, because that's straight garbage, too. I'm just highly disappointed.
Girl, I thought you meant a different kind. I was like...
Same. I was like, Terica, excuse me.
We haven't even introduced ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
I know.
You guys. It's your girl, Kat, and for the first time in my BTS standing lifespan, I pulled a Jimin photo card. God bless.
Wow.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah,
a Jimin,
finally.
A Jimin.
That's the song that plays in my head 24/7. But I finally pulled a Jimin photo card, and wow. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time coming. It's true, bro. Like, I've always had to trade a Jimin or buy a Jimin. I've never just been given a Jimin.
Hey guys, it's Cynthia. I have a deep glass of wine with me today. And, yep. Buckle in, folks, because it's going to be a wild one. It's a great day. Let me just say, it's a great day when I wake up and there's a new album out by BTS. Cheers to that.
Right.
We in this Bangtan Sonyeon Dad shit for life, fam.
Literally.
Hello, everyone. It's Terica. I've been gone for, 2 weeks? I don't even know.
Again, but it's okay.
Yes, we missed you.
Guess who's
know.
back.
Get.
And
Hobie's wife.
Thank you, oh my God. I'm living my best life because not only did BTS come back with this amazing album with all 20 songs making it to the top 20 on the chart.
Boom.
Woo!
But everybody, let's go.
NCT is dropping stuff for their comeback, and I'm just living my best life. It's just great. It's great over here.
We love
She's
this
living
girl.
her best life.
Thank you.
And hello, everybody. This is Carolina.
And she's a witch, y'all. Tell them about the 20 song shit.
Oh, my God. You are right. The other day, I joked that the BTS album was going to be 20 songs. I was like, damn, this album about to be 20 songs deep. How many songs are in the album? 20.
Yeah.
Now, where is
songs.
my lotto money? I need to go play a scratch off.
It's 20
Listen,
songs.
the universe be listening for like the weirdest things on the
Literally,
podcast.
like saying,
Right, the
God
dumbest
like
things.
listens to our podcast. Like he waiting on Tuesdays. He's like, okay. He's like, oh, okay, hold on. What we gonna do today?
As he's making people, he's like, hold up, guys, I gotta put on my fave podcast.
As he's making
Right?
He's like,
It's us in the
filming
background.
someone. He's like, he's like, hold on, you guys. Not Your Average Fangirls posted. Hold on. Play it.
What they say now?
He's like, Michael, play it right now.
He's like, Alexa, play Not Travis Fangirls.
Play that shit right now.
Alexa, play Not Your Average Fangirls. Honestly, you could probably do that because guess what? We are on Google Play. And guess what, y'all? Let's celebrate because we are officially on Spotify.
Hello, Spotify
It'll
listeners.
take us a fucking year and a half, but we here, bitch.
We are here and we're ready. So if you
Hello,
listen
Spotify
to
listeners.
Yes, if you're the Spotify listeners, you can go and check us out, Not Your Average Fangirls. You can find us on there now. Like, heck yeah, everybody. But let's get this week started and let's talk. Listen, okay, I know we're going to talk about BTS. If you guys did not know, this episode is going to be about BTS. But before we do that, let's talk about Monsta X for a little bit real quick. They just wrapped up a 2-week promo all over the U.S., a.k.a. New York and L.A., because that's what the U.S. is.
Yes.
So, but I do want to say massive congratulations to them because their album is fire.
Go Monsta
It's
X.
so good.
Go Monsta X.
And
Go Monsta
also
X.
the fact that they were trying so hard not to talk about sex while talking about their songs. And I'm just like, boy,
We're
y'all
all
just gonna have
grown
to
men
come
here.
out and say it. exactly. We're all grown in this room. Maybe 3 in the back are 13, but that's okay.
That's okay.
We grown.
Cover your ears. Cover your ears.
Cover your ears. So that was really funny to watch, but I'm just really proud of them, even through everything that they are still going through, because I know that they got asked a question like, oh, what was like Wonho's and Juhani's favorite like part in the album? And I believe it was I.M that like said what Juhani's part was, but then when it come to Wonho, he was just like, I have to be careful about my words, which I'm still like so mad about it, because I feel like Starship is just making it seem like Wonho was never a thing. I'm like, he wrote half the album. Hello.
But again,
So yes,
it's like a BI situation all over again. Getting that point.
yep, you're right.
Period.
But
Period.
go listen to that. They're the first K-pop group to put out a completely English album. Like, it's all in English, and that's pretty bomb, and just shows
Love
you know
that
that
for them, and it's so good.
I know they didn't really have to do that, but they still went ahead and did it. But the song's sexy. Let's go. Some other K-pop idols that are doing the most out in the USA. We have Tiffany and Lay, that they'll be performing at the 2020 Virgin Fest in LA, which is pretty big.
Lay performing at
And-
the Virgin Fest, please. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. But they're doing that, so congrats to them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get pictures of them together. Who knows?
Who knows?
When is this festival for research purposes? Do we
In
know?
2020.
Honestly,
You don't say.
well, now that we're talking about Lay and Tiffany, this leads us to SM
Love it.
and Chen.
The first right thing SM has done in years.
I'm
You
saying.
100% correct.
Like, so SM finally released a statement saying that Chen is not leaving EXO, so get the hell out
Get the
of
fuck over
their
it.
DMs
Get
and
over it.
emails.
So sorry about it.
Drops mic.
But he ain't leaving, and that's the right thing to do, okay? Like, Chen did nothing wrong.
Literally.
I'm still
At all.
confused as to why he even apologized. Like, hello?
Bruh, all these like Delulu fans that are like, did he consult with the EXO members before getting so pregnant? I was like, yeah, because he called them. He was like, y'all, just so you know, I'm about to fuck my girl. Just so y'all know.
That's what. Yeah, there was a tweet about that. Like, can you imagine them like at the in a board meeting saying like, "Yo, I'm thinking about going in raw. What y'all think?"
Raise your hand if you think I should.
Chanyeol was
Say
like,
aye.
The eyes have it. Boom. I will see y'all next week.
There's a pro, so there's like
I don't
Suho
know.
on the don't do it side, and then there's Chanyeol like, you know what, bro? Just fucking go for it. He's like, Sehun's like, yes, Chanyeol. Kai's like, I don't
Sehun's
know.
confused.
We should be
He's always
respectable.
He don't understand what's going on. It was like, excuse me, what does that mean? What's happening?
What's a Sihoon?
What the fuck is a Sehun?
Honestly,
like, I don't know.
It's just funny. It's just funny that these fans really think like, oh, like they gotta consult everything with the group. I'm just like, that's their personal life. Like, I'm pretty sure all of EXO knew that he was dating somebody.
Yeah, they're friends. Like, I'm pretty sure they've
They're
had
friends.
conversations. They knew what the deal was. They don't care. They're like, hey, do you, bro? Like, whatever.
Exactly. They probably know the girl. Like, they're like besties with the girl. Like,
Yeah, she's had
we
dinner
don't
over
know.
there. She's cooked them dinner. I don't know. Whatever.
Right?
I can see
Who
it.
knows?
So please, like, just get over it. It's not gonna happen. Like Chen ain't going nowhere. Especially, and then you got to think about it too, like, especially with the history of EXO.
Yep.
They had so many members leave, and now you're protesting because you want another member to leave. Like, aren't half of y'all like still hurting over China Line leaving? Like,
I don't get it. Like, I don't get the whole, like, because I know some people were saying, like, oh, well, we're upset because he didn't tell us and he didn't apologize for not telling us. And then when he did apologize, it was too late. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you
What does that
talking about?
even
And
mean?
technically, he didn't ever apologize for that. He apologized for the way he said it, like the bluntness of it, but he never apologized for, like, yeah. Because I was just like, what? I don't understand. Like, he doesn't have to tell you these things. I don't know what that has to do with their music.
makes no sense.
Listen,
Okay.
I need to know what kind of drugs these XOLs are on because I'm trying to get some. I'm going to a rave, my first rave ever. So I'm trying to trip out like these bitches are because shit.
In some sadder news, we did have Ladies Code that announced that they'll be having a hiatus. Their contract recently expired with their company, so nobody knows really what's going on. A lot of people are saying that they're disbanding, and then, because that's usually what happens when they go on a hiatus that they don't have a
Contract
time frame for. But we're wishing the girls the best and hope that this doesn't mean that they are, like, they're not going to be able to work together in the future.
Yeah, because, the last group that told me that they were going on a hiatus was One Direction, and well...
And well, here we are.
Here I am.
Yep, we're still hurting. So there's that.
I'm gonna be real angry for a second, everybody, because it's time for our fuckery of the week. Boom! And it has to do with my boys in A.C.E.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get into all the details because I don't want to get sued by Beat Interactive. Beat, I love you.
I ain't never gonna stop loving you, Beat.
But some fans made up some things that were false and not true, and then some other fans got a hold of it and were like, oh shit, and then they did some shit and started spreading rumors about some other shit, and then just one thing led to another. Beat Interactive released a statement talking about bond terror, which is basically like super glue or some type of adhesive that was put on their car to either like cause an accident or like cause something to happen to them, among other things. But Beat said, you know what, bitches? We gonna sue your asses. We got you on camera. And we gonna put our artists in some therapy so they can get over the shookness of someone trying to kill them. Which is what you people did.
So they got the people that did it on camera?
Yeah, because it was outside like a dance studio.
Uh-huh.
Like their studio. So in so many words, Beat was like, we know who the fuck you are. So.
Wow.
And basically, so they got out of it with they have a lawsuit.
Right, I knew that.
They're banned from going, like, they have a trespass again.
They blacklisted.
They were blacklisted, and they have a restraining order against them, so they can't even be in a certain like distance from A.C.E.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know what this person was trying to do, but I'm just like, no.
Who has the time and the energy? Like, I just don't understand.
Apparently she's like, or he, whoever, like, apparently they were like an ex-fan site.
Yeah. Something
so
like that.
now they were like an entity of A.C.E. But I'm just like, okay, if you're an entity, then why are you paying so much attention to them, A?
Literally. And
then B, literally going all the way to, like, trying to kill them?
Yeah.
Like, cause them harm?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I read somewhere, too, where they were like, oh, well, it's fine. Like, we weren't going after all the members, just a certain members. So the other members shouldn't be scared. I was like, wait, what? I was like, excuse me? What?
And the worst part is, like, with everything, too, and, like, International Choice specifically have been really, like, vocal about it. And I think that's why Beat was so, like, quick to comment about it, because it happened, and then, like, a day had passed, like, about the rumors and stuff. And then, like, a day had passed, and everybody was like, oh, well, Beat's not saying anything, so everything must be true. Like, that's what, like, a lot of the fans, like, oh my God, Beat hasn't made a statement. That means that everything that everyone is saying is true. Oh my God, we can't believe this. Everyone's, like, freaking out. And I'm like, well, first of all, if that rumor was true, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, literally.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, even if it was true, who cares?
But they were like, look, now Beat not saying anything means they're practically admitting it. It's giving people more fuel to hate on them, whatever. And I'm like, bro, like, you don't understand. Like, filing a lawsuit, because Beat Interactive, they didn't have a law team attached to them. Like, if they had any legal needs, they would do something. But she literally hired a law firm now for Beat Interactive. So, fucking queen. I love this woman so much. Anyway.
And she basically said, if the K fans are gonna treat them like this, then we are not gonna come here. We're gonna just do everything internationally.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
wow.
damn.
I was like, my bitch is a savage. I love her so much. But yeah, she's basically just like, you guys literally caused them to have, like, anxiety. Like, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I'm not gonna say which member I think it is, but as the type of person that I know him as, one of them is apparently, like, super anxious all the time now. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, I'd be too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also super sad because, like, this whole month, like, because of the fanship, A.C.E. had, like, this whole month planned out to do, like, V-Lives and release videos and, like, do fan stuff and do like little fan meets in Korea, and now all of the schedules are like canceled. They're still posting like videos and stuff, but like as far as like the V Lives and stuff go, they've completely canceled all their schedules. And I'm okay with it because it's for their well-being, but it sucks because it was something like everyone was looking forward to, and it's Dungwon's birthday month.
Yeah, they were too. And then not only that, but I feel like at this point, like A.C.E has so much momentum going for them, and then they freaking went and did this. And I'm just like, y'all just love sabotaging your own groups, don't you?
And then there's
I don't get it.
A whole nother issue now with netizens where they're like, oh, we didn't even know who this is. This is just a publicity stunt. Like, that's a whole nother thing now. They're like, oh, they're only doing this for publicity, blah, 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 blah. And like, I never even heard of them, this, and that, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Yeah, so it's wild. All I know is that A.C.E literally deserve everything in the world because they're like the sweetest people. And they literally have nothing but unconditional love for their fans. So it's wild that
I'm saying
that it's to this point.
I'm telling you, like these, some of these like K fans are just insane. I don't understand.
I just don't get I don't get the mentality. Like, I don't get, like,
I just don't
what
get
purpose does that serve? Like, I don't understand.
It's like, hey, I paid $30 for this album. That means that I own you, so you have to do everything I say. I'm like,
no,
girl,
no.
You went and bought that. By yourself.
Literally,
nobody forced you.
Nobody put a gun
and I'm pretty
to your head.
sure nobody put a gun to your head exactly just to be like, you better buy this, bitch. Like, nobody said that.
Yeah,
So.
or the whole, like, anti-fan mentality, too. I don't get that. Like, I don't understand.
Like, why waste your time?
Yeah.
Like, if you really don't fuck with
somebody?
someone, just don't fuck with them and that's it.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Exactly.
that's it.
I think idols already give up so much of their lives to be in this, like, to be an idol, period. So I think the standards that fans hold them to is, like, unheard of. Who would want to be in those standards? Like, if I were an idol, I would never ever want to be in those standards ever.
Literally.
Oh, I wouldn't make it. I'd fail instantly. Like, my first debut day, I'd do something, like, out of pocket, and they'd be like, yikes. Like, oh, that's not normal? We can't do that? I'd be in the club, like, celebrating our, like, first win with bottles. Yeah!
I wouldn't even make it to debut. Like, like those classes that they take while they're training? Yeah, I wouldn't pass those.
They'd be like,
Honestly,
you have to stop eating rice. So stop what? I gotta what? Stop eating rice.
I'd make it. I'd sacrifice not to make it to debut because I'm getting to Inkigayo and I'm handing out all the pictures. I'm making it. Then do whatever.
Terica said, I have a mission, and my mission is in Kigayo for that sandwich.
She was like, I can get thrown out of the group after that.
Exactly.
Nah, but
oh my God,
it's wild.
imagine.
But like with A.C.E especially too, it took them so long to debut. They're older idols. Like A.C.E is not young.
Yep.
So it took them a really long time to actually finally debut and stuff. So, and they're finally, like you said, getting momentum. Like their debut was like they've been smaller for a long time, and now they're finally.
Yeah, and I feel like they are definitely gaining fans.
Yeah, especially with like the VIX cover recently, like that.
That blew up.
And
I saw that everywhere.
Literally. So it's like, they're getting that little push or whatever. But another amazing thing that did happen is a bunch of other fandoms rallied behind Choices, I guess. And that brought a lot of attention to A.C.E internationally. Like, a lot of people are like, I didn't even know who they were. Now I'm, like, in love with them. And I'm like, amazing. But still.
Beautiful. Amazing. I'm telling you, the Spotify thing, like, get ready.
This is going to change the game.
We're going to change the game. I'm telling you.
Dead ass. I'm going to be streaming
They're going to be like,
crazy.
who won this week? A.C.E.
Who?
It's like,
we finally matter.
But I know Korea's going to be like, who won? And then it's like A.C.E. and A.T.
They won by like 20 billion.
I know, right? Like,
international fans about to change the game, y'all.
We're about to do it. So, all because of Spotify. And look at that. We just got on Spotify. Is it a coincidence? I think not.
It's not. It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan, everybody. Okay, well, justice for A.C.E. Love A.C.E. And if you guys don't know who A.C.E is, go check them out. A.C.E.
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 They asked us to say it like that. We promise.
Yeah, they really did.
Right?
We're not even trying to be funny or make a joke. Like, that's how they want us to say it.
Literally. If you ever come across Kim Byung-kwan and you say Ace, he'll literally put a dagger to your throat and go, Ace. And you gotta go, Ace.
Yeah. Like, how dare you? But all right, we have a long part coming over here, everybody. Let's start with our comebacks for this week. We're going to talk about some girls that are doing the dang thing before we move on to BTS. So let's start with ISONE. ISONE.
I still don't know.
We still don't know. Woohoo!
Fiesta, bitch. Without the bitch part.
I wish it was Fiesta, bitch. That'd be amazing.
I know, right? Fiesta, bitch. That would be so bad. But they did finally have their comeback, which I feel like this comeback is the comeback they were supposed to have before the whole thing with Mnet happened. But that's okay. I could be really wrong also, so who knows? But so they came back with Fiesta. So they're having a little party. And the beginning of it reminded me of Lullaby by GOT7. and I was like, huh? And then I was like, oh, that's not. And I was like, okay. But the dance moves in the song are incredible. And I love that it has a little like festival theme to it. So it's very bright. It's very fun. Like super bright colors. And it's just bomb. I know why ISONE is so popular. Like, I see it. I understand.
Yeah, I get it. Also, I really like their pirate outfits. I don't know if they're pirate outfits, but that's just what
But they look like it.
It looked like, yeah, but I just like the different, it's like you said, it's like carnival type theme. So it was like different little concepts all into one. Yeah. Like, it was cute. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I forgot how many members they had. I was just like, oh, that's right.
It's 11. Yep.
Yeah. Wow, you know who else was 11? Oh, my God.
Don't. Stop. Stop
anyway.
it. Wow, okay. Jeez.
But yeah, but I really like the song. And it's very, like, bright, very outgoing. And I feel like it was a good song to come back to, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, after everything that happened, I feel like they needed something that was, like, upbeat and out, like, bright and fun. Definitely recommend. A+ on my book.
Yeah, our friend Pana did a reaction. If you want to watch it,
oh yeah,
really, really good. It'll be linked somewhere. Check our Twitters.
Okay, so for our next comeback, we have Weki Meki. They came back with Dazzle. I love these names for these songs, bro. Lately, like these girl groups out here. But Weki Meki came back with a little bit kind of like a cute glam type of look going on for this music video and for the song itself. And I don't know how to feel about this song.
I like the choreo.
Like, I really like the dance moves. Yeah, I like the chorus of it. And then they have like a part that is just like, baby, like, yeah, that's on me type thing. And I was just like, I like that part.
I like that
part.
But
like, it's like, it just gave me like mixed emotions. Like, I love the music video. Mm-hmm. I love the subtle, like, sparkly vibe that you can see in the editing of the music video. Mm-hmm. But the song itself, I'm just like, am I a fan? Am I not a fan? Do I need to listen to this maybe 5 more times? And then I'll be like, heck yeah, this a bop? Or am I going to listen to it 5 more times and be like, okay, this ain't it?
I like the choreo.
Like,
I mean, it's not bad. It's just that, like, I don't know, I've just never really been into, like, their music, really.
You know what? Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I feel like there's maybe, like, 1 or 2 songs by Weki Meki that I've liked. And I feel like they have so much potential, but I feel like the right song for them just hasn't, like, gotten to them.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
And I also feel like really bad for the rest of the girls because most of the time they only like promote the 2 girls that were on IOI.
Yep.
So
because their debut was definitely like that. Like
oh yeah, their debut was like, hi, these are the 2 girls in IOI.
And there's
some girls in the background.
Yeah, I was like, yikes, bro.
But our other girl group that came back are Rock Queens and Dreamcatcher.
Woo!
Heck yes, they came back with Scream, everybody. And let me tell you, I was screaming because they did a rock mix with some EDM. I was like, oh,
it was great.
I was not expecting it. I was ready for my heavy guitars.
It was a mix I did not expect, but loved.
Everything Side Effect wanted to be, but couldn't.
Oh my God. Stop coming for Side Effect.
The side effect community is upset.
I know, right? Honestly, side effects, it's like good only for like certain parts of the song.
The drop, I will ride that drop until I die.
Exactly, same. But Dreamcatcher, back to these queens, because they came out here and said, okay, y'all are like not ready for this, because this was like creepy. It was like intense. I love that they included like so many dancers in this, and the editing for the music video, yo.
Yes.
Like
It was so
The
pretty.
outfits.
All the masks and like the whole like choreo, like the hand movements. I was like, oh my gosh.
yes. And then back to how they did, like, I love Dreamcatcher's music videos just because they're very like, you're always looking for something. Like there's always like something creeping in the back or
Type
whatever.
of symbolism for something.
Yes.
Connecting something.
But I feel like with this one, there was a lot of like movement when they did the shots, like, and this changing of scenes and everything was very like quick. And you were just like, oh my God. It's like overwhelmed with senses, but it was so good. And just like the movement of the camera made you feel like if you watch this in like a big screen or something, you're like one of those movies that you're like, ooh, I'm in the movie, you know?
Yeah, this is like the song that you play to get amped up before you have to go like summon some spirits or something.
You right.
Like we are on a mission. We got to like cast this spell because some dude has wronged us. And now we just got to get hyped with Dreamcatcher before we like combine all of our powers and just ruin his entire life. That's how I
feel that.
Like The Craft. This should be in the soundtrack
Oh, I
of The Craft.
love. Yes.
All right, but everybody, we just talked about some bomb-ass women doing the dang thing. But now we're moving on to BTS. I know. Everything you've been waiting for, and you're like, why are they talking so much? We're here. We are here. Today is the day. BTS released their album, Map of the Soul 7. So much symbolism. Again, 20 songs deep. Half of it is like, this is like a repackage of their last album.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're not going to talk about the songs that they have already previously released prior to the album because we already talked about them in previous episodes that you can check out if you would like.
Yes.
We're just going to talk about the songs that we haven't talked about yet. We ready, starting with what?
Jimin.
Jimin.
So anyway, Jimin, my man, hey everybody. So he expressed his 100% Libra culture with this song.
Hey, gay.
Called Filter, which is basically him talking about how he is the most perfect human on the entire world and you don't gotta look at nobody but him and he's amazing and perfect and like just don't,
everyone's type.
You're in love with me. That's it. Like, admit
That
it.
is so Libra. Wow.
That's so Jimin. He loves attention. Like, he loves being looked at. And I don't blame him. If I look like that, I would too.
Girl, the power I would hold.
I know, right? I bet you if somebody tells Jimin he doesn't like him, like, oh, Jimin, I don't like you, he'll be like, excuse me? He'll be offended.
Like, you
just
don't like
me.
He'd be like, yes, you do.
Yeah, I get
I
so
know
offended
you
when
like
somebody's
me.
just like, oh, I don't like Carolina. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, you're
Why
like,
you say
wait,
that?
why? Huh?
Do you even know me?
Right, exactly. But I love there's a lyric that is just like, the more you are looking at me, like, the cuter I get.
Yep.
And it drives you crazy, like, and overcoming like different tastes and standards, you start to only want me. So it's kind of like him saying like, it don't matter who it is, everybody falls in love with me.
He's not wrong.
The lyrics that got me is when he was like, I can be your genie. How about Aladdin? I can become anything for you. I was like, say less.
I'm telling you.
Say less.
I think this song relates, like, speaks to his like versatility as he like as a performer and like to his fans, because like some people see Jim and it's like, he's so soft, blah blah blah, and so cute, I love him, and some other people are like, soft where? That man is sexy. So I think it's like the versatility of him as like an artist, like he can mold himself to be anything that you need or what you resonate with the most. Like he can be that person, and like the way it starts off in his voice, I felt like you were being charmed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
Yes.
a snake charmer type situation. You're
Yep.
like, ooh, Jimmy.
And then at the end, when he ends with that breathy voice,
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
The
Listen.
song was giving me low-key Juanes vibes. If you know Juanes, you know what I'm talking about. He has like a very distinct sound, and this was what like it was reminding me of. And honestly, you're right. Oh, also I would like to say that the title of the song is fucking genius. Filter, bitch. Like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
pick the filter. boom, like a genius.
Yep.
That's why he said, "Which me do you want?" And you just you put a different filter on it, and he got it.
That fits you.
It don't matter.
You right.
Yep.
And also the lyric where he was like, "I'll wrap my summer around you like in your dreams." I was like, "How you watching me? Where you at?"
Oh no.
I'm telling you, listen. In this song, Jimin said, I know that I'm powerful. I know that everybody looking at me. And I know that everybody falling in love with me. And that's okay because I keep collecting them one by one.
And
I
I
love
love
like a
that.
natural sex appeal.
He's like, "I'll be new for you every day because it's boring having the same thing, right?" And I was like,
Yes.
Like, you're right.
"How dare you?"
I loved it. It was great. And I feel like he's more confident in who he is now.
I love it.
Because at first, I feel like when they debuted, like, he was kind of like, he put on the persona of being, like, manly and confident, whatever, but he really wasn't. And now he's just like, yes, I know I'm amazing. You do not
I know
have to
I'm
tell
beautiful.
me.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I feel like he is now, like, also very content with the way, like, you know, with his contemporary dance. And you know how people are just like, oh, like, that's feminine and things. You know, when they debuted, he tried to be all hard and like,
Yeah.
ooh, look at my hard abs, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like he's okay with the fact that he is a little bit more on like the glamour side. You know what I mean? Like,
And I also think what Terica said is true also in the perspective of the type of person Jimin is and how he appeals to like younger K-pop artists now, because like every group that comes out now, there's at least a member that's like, oh, Jimin from BTS is like everything to me. I'm like, you right, fam, you are correct.
You
so
are
there's
correct.
always like one member that's like completely obsessed with him, and anybody is like, who's your role model? Jimin from BTS. Jimin.
Who?
It's Jimin. Jimin.
and I feel like it's because, again, it's that versatility. Like, he's able to, you put him in any type of, like, square, and he is able to mold himself to that.
And still be true to who he is. Like, that's the coolest
Exactly.
part. Yeah.
We love a Jimin. I love a Jimin in this
We do
motherfucking
love
house.
a Jimin in this
Yeah,
house.
but this song, again, like how Cynthia said, like the Juanes vibe, I felt that. It had a little bit more like a tango, like Latin vibe
It was
to
very
it.
enchanting and entrancing. Yeah.
And it lured you in, man. That's Jimin.
That's what he does.
That's Jimin.
All right, let's move on, guys, to
Oh no, I don't want to talk
my
about it.
time.
A bop.
It is a true bop
I love
of
this song.
its time. Cookie has did it again, y'all.
I feel
This
that.
man.
Listen, Cookie got tattoos, and he said, I'm trying to say funna in my song. And he did.
Finna.
He heard me when I said I wanted R&B Bangtan back. He was just like, Carolina said that she wanted R&B Bangtan back. I'm gonna make this song
he like
just for her.
bursted through Namjoon's studio. He's like, yo, Carolina said she wants R&B fucking BTS back.
And
he's
you
like,
know he helped with the words because finna, like,
Yeah.
that's not do all day. What's
Oh my
something
god!
that
When I heard
finna?
that, I was like, hold on. Did he just say Fina?
He said finna.
Right? He
he
said
said
finna.
finna.
He did.
He said, we finna do this.
We finna. And I said, wow, I connect so much to this. Anytime you say we finna or we bout to, yes.
Bro, but it was so funny to hear this. But this sound on Jungkook, bro, his vocals are so good. Like, and this is such a relatable song too, because as I'm reading the lyrics, it's kind of just like, where has time gone? Like, yesterday I remember being like 15 and not knowing anything, and now it's like I blink and oh my god,
still don't know
I'm
nothing.
in my mid-20s. What the heck am I doing?
You
type
are
thing.
correct.
And I was just like, dang.
Also low-key calling out his friends. He was like, y'all on the subway while I'm on a jet. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was just like,
Yeah,
I know he didn't mean that like in a like, oh, y'all taking a subway, I'm on a jet. I knew he meant it kind of like, you know, I'm like 15
Yeah.
and like my friends are taking the subway and I'm on like a jet. Like I kind of want to be like that normal 15-year-old kid. I knew you kind of made it like that, but it was kind of like, okay, not all of us can have a jet. Some of us got to take public transportation.
his friends gonna listen to that and text him, be like, you bitch.
Yeah.
I know, right? His friends
Right.
from back home, they're just like, what the fuck, dude?
You
For
changed,
your
man. You
information, I
changed.
wasn't on the subway. I was riding my bike. Thank you.
But he did the dang thing with the song. It was very different because last time we got Euphoria, which was like very like magical sounding type thing.
And the lyrics are much kind of like sadder. And I was just like, oh.
I really like the lyrics though. He does talk about the fact that he had to grow up fast.
Yeah.
And I know we've like talked about it before, but to me it was kind of like, I don't know, to me it was like low-key sad, as in, yeah, he is living out his dream, but he had to grow up in the spotlight and, you know, miss out on so many things because of that. And the lyric where he's saying like, oh, am I living this right? Why am I the only one in a different time and space? To me, that lyric represents the fact that not only is he an idol, but he's reached a level so high that there aren't many, if any, honestly, other people that are on that level besides the other members. So I can imagine how scary that is. Like, Yoongi in his song talked about it in Shadow, where he says that flying high is scary. So to me, even though the beat, I was like, yeah. And then I read the lyrics and I said, damn, yo, Cookie didn't have to do it like that.
And also you look at how Cookie has been also in his idol life, because he's always been kind of like the shy kid that didn't really have friends, and like he's finally like breaking out of his shell finally.
I know.
He has like his 97 liners and you're like, oh my god, amazing. So you know,
I love it.
It's like, it's kind of a testament. I feel like Cookie's completely accepted himself as a human being at this point, and I feel like it's taken him a long time to get here, and the lyrics just emphasize that. So the lyrics are like, it makes you sad because you're like, damn, he was like 15, like he left home and he was like a kid. And like, imagine like living without your parents, like living without your mother. Like,
that's what I wrote down too. Like, I think this is him kind of like looking back on how he had to like grow up so fast, and how Cynthia said that like being thrust in the spotlight can be kind of scary, especially like someone like his age. He doesn't have like a lot of people to relate to in that aspect, but I think this is kind of him like pushing past that and finally accepting like his success and who he is, and accepting that like he deserves this, and like, yeah, it was hard, and maybe he
worked
may not
hard.
have like this, like he deserves it, and he came out of it okay, like even with having to sacrifice all those things, because now maybe he had to sacrifice and leave home so early, but now that he's like accepting his success, he can kind of go back and like kind of have be more lax, you know what I mean, like have more fun and kind of be more accepting, and like, okay, we've kind of made it, not that we don't have to like work hard anymore, but now we can kind of enjoy the fruits of like our hard work and enjoy like the sacrifices that I made.
But I also like that in this song he was just like, oh, like one time for the present, two times for the
Yes,
past.
it's my favorite part. But yeah, and you can see the evolution of like his feelings at the beginning of the song to the end too, because I know like at one point he goes, oh, I can't call you, I can't hold you, and then at the end, I will call, and I will, and I was just like,
yeah,
I'm like, you know what, get yours, son.
but even like since the beginning of kind of the, I guess, the origin of what BTS is now, like Cookie's just grown so much as not even just like a person, but as a musician. And specific, I'm going to talk about his voice in one of the songs, but vocally, this kid has become outrageous. Like he is like,
You're right.
unbelievably good at what he does now, and I'm like, there's no way you are this young, like you are still a baby.
Well, moving on then to our next song, it is Louder Than Bombs, which is the song that Troye Sivan helped co-write, and that is incredible because we've known of Troye since he was like
a YouTuber, a baby YouTuber.
Literally.
But yeah, so seeing like when he posted, oh, I co-wrote this song, I was like, what? But when you hear Louder Than Bombs, you hear Troy's influence.
I literally texted in our group chat, I was like, is Louder Than Bombs the song that Troye co-wrote on? And they were like, yeah. I was like, I fucking heard it. Like instantly, the type of song it was. I was like, oh.
Same.
Yep.
Same here.
This song
is
is
very
so
like haunting.
Lyric culture.
We're back.
Lyrically, mind.
I
just know that there's a lyric that Menyugi said, and he said rolling in the poop, and I
rolling in the poop field. Yo, I LOL'd at that.
Yo, I was dying. Yeah. Like, the amount of times that Yoongi says poop in this dang album, though.
Yeah.
Literally. I know he means shit, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just so funny when I read that.
It's family friendly. But every album that BTS has, there's a song that I bawled my eyes to. And this was that song that I bawled my eyes to. For me, the song was very haunting, as the Libra said. It was very like eerie to me. I'm gonna get a little serious here, but basically, I'm someone who has struggled with mental health my whole life, and this song just, to me, hit home on a different level. So like the way I interpreted the song was me going back and forth with my inner demons, especially Namjoon and Hobi's verses. The last part where Yoongi talks about how people say that the pain that he feels is hippo.
Hypocrisy.
I can't speak English today. Okay. I can understand where he's coming from, because, you know, they express sadness about things and people will come at them because, you know, they're at a better place technically, but, you know, they're human. They can feel sad too. And so for that aspect, I did definitely feel it on like a BTS level. But for the majority of the song, I felt it like very into my soul. It just put things that I went through, that I go through, and that I feel into words that I never thought that I could put into these words. So I'm sitting there in the car, bawling my eyes out, reading these lyrics and like feeling the song. And then to me, it goes through it. So when the chorus hits and it's so loud, and to me, that's like that's the part where I'm fighting with myself and like my anxiety. And I do feel exactly like that in that when that chorus hits. And then, you know, it goes quieter and quieter, and that's like me going back and forth with my inner demons. But that's how I interpreted that song. I'm not saying that's how they wrote it, but that's how I took it.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to take it on your own,
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think for songs like this, especially the way BTS writes, it's for people to relate in their own like mindset.
Exactly.
One of the lyrics that struck out to me was the one about dark, and it was like, oh, that's the thing about dark, it exists everywhere, so don't be afraid. So it's kind of one of those things that I feel like that's the most reassuring lyric that I've ever heard on a BTS album, because it's one of those things where it's like you can't control what's going to happen around you. All you can have is like your inner peace and who you are as a person to guide you. And I think one of the best things about BTS is, and that not a lot of K-pop artists are willing to do, and not even a lot of artists want to be that deep and serious, not even just K-pop, but no one tends to express themselves so much that they put themselves in a vulnerable situation.
I appreciate that.
Exactly. For BTS to do that in such a beautiful way, not even in a way that's like crying for help or that's overly like zealous, it's insane to see that they've kind of taken this whole different approach to comforting people through music. And that's by relating to you in a way you don't even realize. Lyrically, for me, this is literally the best BTS song lyrically for me.
I agree. Like the lyric that you just said, like that's the one that stood out to me too, because like you said, that we all take it different ways, but that's how I saw it, like the darkness is everywhere thing. And like it's kind of like no matter like how bright of a person you are or how bright your life might look like from the outside or to other people, like darkness exists for everyone. So it's kind of like you just can't control certain things. So like you still got to keep that brightness about yourself or like who you are, and just kind of like know that like just because you're like may seem like this happy-go-lucky, like really like, oh, like she's never upset type of person, like doesn't mean that that person doesn't have their own things that they're going through, and like that brightness that you see about them might be their way of kind of like dealing with the darkness that happens to everyday life. And I kind of took that for them too, is like you said, like people might be like, oh, well, you're like super successful and you guys are like rich, or you guys are like having like all these fans and you're making like you're doing great in your career, like what do you have to be sad about? But like you said, like they're human, and like with like humanity comes like both light and dark. So it's kind of like you said, it's like a comforting way to be like, you know, like things happen, but we just kind of have to like roll with it and make the best and be positive.
Which I think is like light and darkness too is so perfectly reflective of the concept that they have right now.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say, that this song was like the representation of shadow. This is what I was expecting for a concept like shadow. Very haunting, very eerie, and then talking about just that. But I feel like even for me, I was just like reading the lyrics and I didn't see any of what you guys said. I kind of just saw the song at them like saying like there's ups and downs in life, but like no matter what, like we're gonna, like we've been through shit, But no matter what, we're gonna stand on top and keep continuing like singing loud and proud for you guys.
Yeah.
I took it literally. They were just like, we're gonna keep on singing. No matter that we rolled in the poop, we're gonna keep on going.
In the poop.
But then the lyrics that Cynthia was talking about too, that she related to, like the people say they're envious of us, the pain I carry and my hypocrisy. Like when I listened to it, because I read the lyrics at first by themselves, I was like, oh, and then I listened to the way Yoongi, like the flow he used during just that sentence, and I was just
genius.
I was like, this man
A genius
is insane. And this is why I have to talk about him specifically on this track and like 2 other tracks, but this track, because I felt like his flow was painful. Like he was in pain when he recorded this. Like you could feel it. And like this is why this man blows my mind, because he's just like, the way he can match his pitch and his tone and his flow to literal pain. Like, you know how hard it is as like to have a rapper be able to rap hurt like that. That's some serious shit. So that shit just blew my mind. Like every time I listen to that man, I'm like, bruh, like how do you even fucking exist? Like
Min Yoongi, genius
How?
Min Yoongi.
Like that man is literally God on earth. I don't even care what the fuck anyone says. Like
Maybe he is the one listening to the podcast.
Probably.
Hey Yoongi, hey, what Yoongi says goes. So
You're right.
That haunting song that I wanted, like this was one of them. I was just like, yes.
You're right.
Darkness.
shall we move on to the title track?
Yes.
Let's go to the title track, which is called On. And is it a coincidence that they had a song called N.O.? No.
Literally
No,
not, because Cookie talked about it today.
No, I'ma make it on, bitch.
Cookie's like, why don't we do this? And everybody's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's call it this. And On was born.
I feel like Cookie's the one that stays up until like 5 a.m. watching the BTS theory videos.
Definitely.
And he's just like, ooh, yes, that definitely is connected.
And then they consult with Jose because that man knows everything and every theory. He's always right all the time.
But On, let's talk about On. Min Yoongi, he said he don't give 2 shits what other people say. I said, you right, Min Yoongi. I love
This is like a battle song for sure. They're just like
literally
over
is.
it. They're like, you know what? We're gonna do us. And like whatever you gotta say, we don't really care. Like who cares? I don't care.
Honestly, this is like you're going to war. Like this is
Yeah.
our fight song.
Yeah.
You know in Mulan when they say let's defeat the Huns?
Oh my
This
God.
is this song.
I don't think I've specifically said this, but I live for the beats in this album. Like each and every song, like just the beat in itself, I'm like, oh my god, this fucking beat, yo. And this song is a prime example of that. Like I really just want to like fling myself off a hill.
Yeah, the production, like
that.
the producing in this song and this album, is like amazing.
Amazing.
Chef's kiss.
Amazing.
Y'all ready for some crazy shit right here that I'm about to say?
Oh my god.
This song is my favorite BTS title track ever. Ever in life. And you want to know why? 2 words. Jungkook fucking murdered this fucking song.
Oh boy.
Bruh.
Yes.
I could not believe not only that bridge, but his runs at the end of this song, bro. I was fucking living my life. I was like, if somebody doesn't make an isolation vocals for just those runs and post it on YouTube, I'm suing the entirety of Korea because this shit is ridiculous. This man came out with the runs of like everything that God has ever given him, every soul, every vocal cord and tendon in his throat was flexing during this song. He was fucking insane. Like I
feel
shook.
that.
I was like, am I a Cookie bias? For like 2 seconds. I was like, am I a Cookie bias?
Listen,
Everyone at one point in time.
there's a reason why he's my number 2. Like always.
Cookie.
Always.
Everyone was a Cookie bias at one point in their life. I was
Literally.
a Cookie bias
He
for
was
like
my
a week.
first bias.
The choreo for this is insane
Bruh.
too.
Yes. Okay, that video.
Oh
that
my god, everyone
video.
went so hard. Like,
We're gonna do a reaction on our channel.
Every single
yes.
backup dancer, the diversity, like the choreo of this music video. I can't wait to see like the other music video because this one's like the
The
bougie
dance.
Performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like whatever. But like it was wild. At the end, I didn't notice until someone pointed out, but they made like a snakehead formation type situation, and it was really cool. Once you see it, like you're like, oh, that's so cool. I don't know if that was on purpose or if people just said that's what it looks like, but it was cool. Like the choreo for this, like it's hard.
And then also just lyrically, I love that this is kind of like they see the shadows and they acknowledge them, but they're not gonna let them like bring them down. And I don't remember what exactly it was, but it's kind of like saying that no matter how scared you are of your fears, like, or how you live your lives, or like how you fly or whatever, like your road might be bumpy, but you're still gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely like we said, it's a fight song for life. Like you got this.
There's also another version featuring Sia.
Which I didn't think she didn't really do anything. I mean, I love Sia.
I love Sia too, but she did it. She's on there for a little bit. Like someone said, her voice kind of scared them when she came on. I was like, oh God. I felt that.
I was one of those people that I jumped and I was like, what?
I did too.
The fact that Sia even collaborated with BTS.
Because that woman is private and selective.
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine that. So the fact that happened, congrats, because that's huge.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a really good title track for them. Yeah. It goes with, obviously, like, again, back to the shadow theme and back to the kind of like, we're gonna do better and be better, and just, I feel like it fit them really well.
Mm-hmm. The next song on the album we gonna talk about, I like saying, it's called Ugh.
This is my favorite song. One of my favorite songs in the album.
Shooters for BTS.
This song is literally
You know what's great is that I can picture this happening, and it's like how should we start the song? And Yoongi just goes gunshots.
We need to get back to our roots. We need some gunshots.
Definitely like his like text tone, honestly.
He's like sitting there. He's like, he finished producing the song. It's great. Everyone's like, this is amazing. He's like, no, there's something missing. And then Namjoon's like, what is it? He's like, I don't know. And then he's like sitting in bed one day and he's like, he's like, put gunshots at the top of it.
Put the gunshots at the beginning and throw them at the end too. Why not?
Do it
Throw
twice.
them in
Fuck
there.
it. Listen, this song reminds me yet again that I would die for Rap Line. Like anything
Rap Line
for them. They deserve to be worshipped.
Like, it's so good. This is definitely like one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. It's so hype.
Can't wait to
like,
see it live.
We're gonna see this live, y'all.
I know, it just gets you so hype, and like especially when it's like the part with Hobie saying the ahem.
Jungkook is sick in this song. Jesus,
bro,
insane.
But I get so hype when that part starts, bro. Like I literally like there's no going. It's just like you're just like vibing. You're like okay, and then they start the and you're like oh yeah, like it's insane. Y'all should have seen me in my car jamming to this song, bro. I was that like literally I rolled up to work and the song was still playing. I was like I'm chilling in this parking lot until this finishes, because it's so
bruh,
good.
Yoongi
I
did
love
his like
breakdown.
his like roar. It's like growl rapping. Like that's what it is.
It's amazing.
Oh my god, it was so hot. Like they just sounded so good, and then the lyrics, and I feel like this song, it's like a lot of people don't write about things like this, I feel. Or maybe I'm just like ignorant to music that writes about this. Who knows? But I like that they wrote about anger.
Yeah.
They're just like fuck, like we can get mad too. And not only that, but they were kind of saying like anger is important because it could change history, like as long as it doesn't come from like an evil place.
Yeah,
like
the right type of anger.
they were just like get mad about that shit.
Yeah, they're like, so what if you get cursed at? And bitch, what?
Exactly.
I also took this as like some people are just like act like they can't get mad about stuff. Like all the like people who like talk like crap about them online and things like that. People are like, well, you know, when it comes with the territory, like when you're famous or whatever, you should expect to be like talked about, or there should be trolls, and you should be fine with it. Like, nah, like we're gonna get mad too. Like that.
I'm angry.
I can be angry about this too, and like the right type of anger, like Carolina says, because sometimes getting angry is like you said can change the world, or like can start movements and things. But then there's also that anger that's like dumb anger, like the fake anger for clout. Like you're not really mad, you just happen to be mad on the internet type thing. And I think they kind of talked about that too. Like the anger has to be like in the right place. It has to be the right type of anger at the right time.
Somebody brought up the idea of Meg doing a verse on this song, and I was like, if the Lord is listening, get fucking Meg on this song, because I would go the fuck off. Like, I would like
Meg should do like a verse on it, and then we should like have a breakdown of Lizzo playing the flute, like angrily just.
Love this.
Shit, get Meg and Nicki on this shit. Get them both. Make a call. You already worked with Nicki. Make a call. Nicki can make the call to Meg. Just fuck it up.
We put it out there.
Bro, could you imagine like a week from now when we post this, they're like, Ugh, featuring Meg Thee Stallions and Nicki Minaj.
We just created the entire remix.
People have been tagging her left and right to do this. Like, so you know that at one point she gonna notice and be like,
she
you know
knows
what?
everything. She searches her name. I know she sees shit.
Yeah.
Meg, girl, if you listen to God, if you listen to this podcast.
Min Yoongi, if you're listening to this podcast.
Yeah, you made Nicki happen. Go into the bathroom. Make Meg happen, bro.
Yeah, no, this song is a bop. It's hype. I feel like this is a song that I'm gonna roll up to. Like, I don't know. I was trying to like slap a man or something.
Slap a man.
I mean, you slap a man every time you see Yoongi, so I mean,
watch out if you're a man and you're sitting next to me at BTS.
You gonna get hit. You gonna get hit, bro.
We're gonna be like pew pew gunshots everywhere. Let's go.
Me and Terika will be enjoying the alcohol that I will be sneaking in.
Amazing.
The next song we gonna talk about is 0000 o'clock.
I cried.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty, but like it's so hopeful at the same time. Like reading the lyrics, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I 100% agree. Like I've mentioned, I've struggled with mental health, and yeah, there are days where I'm sad for no fucking reason and days where I'm wondering if it's going to get better. And this song, to me, it was a comfort for those feelings. Like they weren't sugarcoating it either, because Jin was saying like, is it going to get better? Probably not, but
probably not, whatever.
Yeah.
But the day is coming to an end. And I don't know, it's just something so comforting, because it's true. Like he, like they can't tell us like it's gonna get better like anytime soon. But I think Yoongi has mentioned this before too, where he said that it might not get better soon, but that they hope it does.
Yeah, you should never lose the hope of that it might get better. And I feel like this song was just like a breather, like that in between time, that space where everything just kind of pauses, and you just like, even though things have been crappy or rough that day, you just kind of like, it's over, and you just take a breath, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna reset for tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow will be better.
Yeah, that's what so after I was done getting lit and hyped after reading these lyrics for UGG, I was like, I bet. And then obviously I had already heard 0 o'clock, but I hadn't read the lyrics. So I was just like, okay, they're going to hit me with this ballad. Let's go. And then I cried as I'm reading the lyrics, because it's kind of like saying like, you feel like you're behind from everybody. And that lyric that says like, I've been running so hard. Why is this happening to me? I related to it like so much, just because, like career wise or things like that, like things don't go the way you think that they're gonna go. And I feel like in that type of sense of like my personal and like career life and things, I feel like I'm behind of everybody that I might have like either graduated with or like been to school with and things like that. So how I took it is like how Terika said, like how, at 12, like at 12 midnight, like a new day starts. Okay. And you have a fresh start. But I also took it as in the sense of like, at that time is the time that usually you're like either in bed or you're kind of like by yourself, and it's like quiet and just like that's when you think the most, like right before you go to bed. So your bitch cried while listening to this.
No.
I also felt like more than anything, it was kind of a comfort song. Well, for me personally, because I agree with the whole like, 0 o'clock is when people are asleep or getting ready to sleep. Because for me, like Jin and Cookie's vocals specifically, it was like a lullaby. Like they were rocking me to sleep. Like they were comforting me to sleep. Literally like a lullaby. It was like lulling like a small child, like I was just a baby, that they were just like, it's shh, 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 shh. And I was like, okay. It was like that.
Yeah, but the sound of the song wasn't what I expected, because usually from vocal line, like the last one, it was kind of like more like ballady and more like The Truth Untold and like super sad. And like this one, like even though the like theme or like the concept of the song was a little more like it was a little heavier as far as like what they were trying to say about things getting better, or just like, you know, things like that. It was a little heavier, but like the beat was kind of like what made it comforting. It was kind of uplifting. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I liked it. It was a different direction, because when I first saw it was gonna be a vocal line song and it was called 0 o'clock, I was like, oh God. Like, it's about to be ballad, sad, I'm on the floor, just like, ooh. But even bawling. Bawling. But even though, like, you cried and people cried on the song, I think it's kind of like hopeful tears. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like, okay, I got this. Like, things suck, but I got this type thing.
The next song we gonna talk about is one of my favorite songs on the album.
I love this song so much!
Inner Child. Wow, bro. Sorry. Like, make me a movie montage to this song. Like, that's all I want.
I feel that.
Like, just give me, like, children falling in love. Me and Cynthia's favorite thing. Kid love.
That's like, that's innocent. Like the first thing I thought of, like, in the group chat this morning when I was, like, giving y'all unnecessary play-by-play of every song and how I felt.
Well, everybody was asleep.
Everyone was locked out. That's like the first thing.
I woke up, I was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, everything about this song was just, like, to me, was like falling in love. Like, I was just like, ugh. And then I read the lyrics and I was like, wow, literally, like, just like being in love with like who you were as a kid, wanting to go back to how innocent you were as a child. And I was like, you know what, Tay, me every day of my life.
For me, I'm so used to Tay's solo songs to be slower, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this showcased the range that Tay has, because if you did not know, Tay has a vocal range. Thank you. So he did say that the song is, like Kat mentioned, is to like his younger self. Because he had so much doubt. So it's basically him talking to himself. There was one lyric I want to talk about. Okay. The you at that time didn't believe in the galaxy, but I saw it, silver galaxy. And I'm a big fan of that lyric. I just appreciate when I get to know Tay a little bit more, because I love his soul so much. I just think he's like, I love him so much, if you did not know. And anytime that he lets us in, even just a little bit into how he thinks, into his world, into his past, about his personal life, anything, I really appreciate it. And the song, I hold it dear to my heart, is right next to all of his solo songs that I still listen to every day.
It's just like, it was like such a soft and sweet like song. Again, it's very different from like his past songs. Like
sultry and jazzy.
Soulful,
And I feel like this, it was kind of more like on a happy-go-lucky type of feel, and kind of like telling, you know, like, okay, because I think he has a lyric that's kind of just like, it's okay because the Tay of today is okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was okay what happened in the past, because today I'm okay.
Yeah. I think
like I'm fine.
My favorite lyric in the song is like, the lights that illuminated your eyes are the me of right now. Yes. So like I really like that, because like as a kid you have like all these big plans and you're not sure if you're gonna make it, or like as a kid too, sometimes you're just like, you know what, by the time that I'm 22 I'm gonna have my own corporation, I'm gonna own 6 houses, and that seems so very real to you. And then as you get older, you kind of lose that. And you're like, oh my God, like this is not how I plan things. But then like you look back at certain moments and you're like, maybe this isn't exactly how I planned, but like I'm fine. Like I'm happy now, because there are so many different things that like, maybe if I did follow that path and have 6 mansions, I wouldn't have experienced or had some of the memories that I made with like the me of right now. So that's kind of like how I took it. Like you said,
going
like,
at your own pace.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm okay. Like, you know, like the hard times we went through as a kid, and maybe the plans that we thought were going to come faster when I was younger, like maybe that didn't happen, but like it's all worth it, because like right now, like I'm good.
And not even one of my favorite, literally my favorite thing about Tay is his, I guess the word is purity. Like there is a little child living inside of him. And so when he wrote a song talking to like his inner child, I feel like Tay just like cookie constantly been on a journey of self-discovery for himself, but his childlike purity and his innocence is like literally one of the most endearing things about him. And I feel like to write this song to the child in him, or the child that he was, is kind of like a turning stone for him. So like the point where he is now like, okay, like I'm grown up, like I've done everything that I've wanted, all I can do is go up from here. Like everything that I went through, not even just only as a child, but up until this point, I'm now like the better version of myself. It's just a wild concept for me that he would write a song like this, and it just hit so perfectly to the person that he is. And I was just like, bruh.
And it shows too, because everywhere that he goes, like the people like
everyone loves him.
Like even the people that he meets and everything, like everybody like dotes on him.
Yeah, everyone loves Tay.
That man can make friends with anybody.
Well, that's like a great segue into the next song on the album.
My favorite song on the album.
This is also one of my favorite songs on the album. It's called Friends, and it's Jimin and Tay.
Oh my god.
And this is the cutest shit
I cannot
ever.
wait to see this live. I'm telling you right now, Cynthia, prepare to just be like the sappiest. Like, I'm just a girl. I'm so excited.
I can't even lie to y'all. I was fully prepared to almost have to like skip BTS. I was like, damn, am I really not gonna be able to see BTS again? I heard the song and I was like, there ain't no way. I ain't missing this shit.
This is gonna be like, the first thing I wrote down about this song is like, we love friendship, like in caps. They're so cute. Like just the lyrics is basically just like them going down memory lane, and like they're back and forth. It's like a little cute little back and forth. Hey, remember this? Remember when I first met you and you were weird, or we couldn't like communicate? Remember the dumpling thing? I want to know what the dumpling thing is.
I know, right? It was like full of inside jokes. And I was just like, I want to know the inside jokes now.
I was listening to this song and it reminds me of that time. It was during like, they were filming some stuff. They were in like some other country, somewhere in Europe. And Tay was like, yes, I see Jimin kind of like my high school friend. And Jimin was like, we went to the same high school.
Our high school.
Like, I am your high school friend.
You stupid.
He's like, oh yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
But it's like things like that. But I love it. I love friendship. I love that he said that Jimin said, hello, my alien. I was like, bro.
Oh, it's so cute.
This song is really so sweet. And it's like such a fun sound to it. And then you have like the contrast of their voices as well. Because, you know,
my favorite combination.
Tay has like a... Yes, like Tay has a super deep voice, and then Jimin is just a little bit like, you know, not a little bit, a lot higher pitch. So it's like, it just hits, man. When they were just like, when the first You're My Soulmate started, bitch, I lost it. Because they said You're My Soulmate. I was like, it hits, man. I love this bromance.
It really hit because that's what we say to each other. And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
I was like,
if you are a weeb like me, and you watch Haikyuu, hello, hi.
Oh my god.
I am about to make a reference, and it's gonna blow your fucking mind, alright? Tay is Hinata. It's because of the way that Hinata speaks. Like, he speaks in such a specific way, and people also say that about him. They're like, what the fuck is he saying?
You're actually
Same thing with Tay.
100% correct. Continue.
He speaks with sound effects sometimes, and like, it just, people that are close to him completely understand him, but even them, there's sometimes like, I don't know what you're saying, but I think I know what you're saying. It's exactly like that. So Tay is a tall version, deep voice version of Hinata. Also, if you did not know, if we haven't made it very clear, like if you are into BTS, you know that they have like a special bond. They are truly soulmates. Like, it's just soulmate culture. Yeah. Everybody that sees them, they just have like that like bond that is just like, it's louder than words. It's just a connection so deep, and I'm so happy that they have each other. Well, all 7 of them. I'm so happy that they have each other.
You know what? This song too, at the end, the chanting.
That chanting!
Chanting!
I can't wait to chant this live.
Listen, this is gonna be like, all I thought about was listening to this song, and I was just like, oh my god, seeing this live and a whole stadium like literally chanting this too with them, and they're like, you're my soulmate. Oh my god, like, I can't.
Oh my god, what's our new version of Army Bomb that they're gonna make us buy?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
stop.
At the end too, Tay like has like a little run and I'm just like,
Oh,
ooh, spicy. It was so cute. But I think my favorite line is like, besides the whole like pinky promise thing and how he's like their friendship is in change, like Jimin's little pinkies. So I was like, oh my god. But
Oh my
like
God, yes,
the part
it's so
where
cute.
I think Tay says this to Jim. I don't know who says it, I can't remember. But the part where he says, "You're my room's dream catcher." And I just thought that was so cute. Like to have someone like to compare someone to like a dream catcher for you, because dream catchers weed out bad thoughts,
Nightmares.
negative things. So you have that
Yeah.
person that's always there to just, anytime you have that negative thought or like that bad feeling, they're right there to like brighten your day or be like, yeah, no, you're not gonna worry about that. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine. Or like you think that you like, oh wow, I messed up here. Like, no, but this is what you did great here. Like, so like I think for each other, they're there, like that support, that kind of like, you know, like that
Like support system.
that positivity, that like, you know, like you, like just being around you or having you there just kind of takes all the negative things away. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, they're so cute.
And then there's the part when there's like, oh, someday when these cheers die down, and I'm like, wow, they thought about their friendship so far ahead, like us living on a block together when we're old, and like, oh my god.
Stop. That was my favorite part.
Also, the part that I love too was when Tay was like, "Hey, Jimina," and then he made the alcohol, like the noise, the pop sound, and I was like, "Boy, you know you can't drink. You know you can't drink."
They're so
You
cute.
know he likes his drink. I really love that they emphasize this though, because they have emphasized this before, but just in case you did not know, that soulmates are not always in a romantic way.
Nope.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I love that they keep reminding, like BTS, I feel like in every album they're like, hey, guess what? Your soulmate, like your love of your life, can also be like your friends.
Literally.
Okay, well, the next song on the album is Jin's solo.
Oh my god,
It's called Moon.
I love this song too. It sounds like it should be part of a musical. Like this is like,
Yes.
I don't know. I love it so much, and it's basically just like a love letter to the fans, and it's just so cute. And like I don't know. The lyrics are really good.
But it makes you think, though, because he has that lyric that is like, I worry if you would discover all of my hurting wounds. Like, you know, we always see Jin as happy. So it makes you think, like, is he scared of showing, like, his sadness or, like, other type of thing? Because he's always the one that's kind of, like, the mood maker in a sense of, like, if he sees something, he'll make a joke. So to, like, make it ha 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 funny.
Especially being the oldest too. I feel like he feels like he has to be, like he can't ever show his sadness, because then the rest of the boys are like, wow, like if our older brother is sad, then like something's happening.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, when they do, like, when they have to make, like, an announcement or, like, specific speeches about something serious, they always have Jin do it. Even though he's not, you know, technically the leader, he is the oldest, and they still look up to him.
I know that he in the song is saying, like, he wants to stay by our side and become our light, you know, be our moon. And, like, we're the sun. Like, we always go together, but the moon always just... I'm sorry, we're not the sun, we're the earth.
The earth.
So the moon always just goes around the earth, and that's what he's gonna do. But then he's wondering, like, well, will the earth look at me too? And I feel like at times a lot of people, like, they're just like, oh, Jin, whatever, and then move on. So I feel like at this, he's kind of, you know, asking for reassurance.
I was just gonna say, you see like what Carolina is talking about, because there is one lyric that he goes, everyone says that I'm beautiful, but my sea is all black. And I was like, oh, and the star where flowers bloom and the sky is blue, the real beautiful one is you. So I think that's kind of his way of like, everyone sees me as like one way, but really I have my doubts too. But I think he's saying that like the fans are the one that pushes him to keep that whole like happy-go-lucky persona. So it's like the beauty of the fans is what's really reflecting to make him beautiful too. So I'm just like, oh, Jin.
And it's like a more upbeat song as well.
Yeah.
So I like that it was kind of like happy-go-lucky, and like I picture him like running around the stage like being goofy type thing.
That's what I'm
with this song.
Are we gonna get some Jin choreo? We got some Yoongi choreo.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, you're right.
I fucking love the fact that it's named Moon.
Oh, we know.
Oh yeah.
If you know
We
me,
know.
I love me a good moon. And also, if you know me, I love every single Jin song. Every
She
single
does.
Jin solo song I love and hold dear to my heart. Last tour, I cried every single time he performed Epiphany.
Yeah.
This song is no exception. I agree with everything that was said. There was one lyric that I wanted to just talk about really quick. He said that I was without a name before I met you, which to me sounds like he's saying, you know, because of the fans, he feels bigger. But I hope that Jin knows that we that we truly do love him, even though, I think he's the type of person that is more private in like a sense where he makes jokes and he like brings like a mood to the room where you don't think that he's being private. I just hope that, he knows. Anyway, shall we move on to respect?
Respect.
My favorite.
Old school
FIESTA.
hip hop feel. I love this song so much. It's just like so nostalgic.
Oh my god, I would just like to say I had an out of body experience when I'm just saying, "Hey yo, sugar,
hey yo, sugar." I know. I was like,
yeah, same. Literally, I heard Ayo Sugar and I was like, like I had it.
I was
like,
that
oh
one meme. Y'all know what meme I'm talking about, where the person's like levitating, going towards the sky. That was me. Or the Tom and Jerry one, where there's the escalator going to heaven. That was me. Who was like,
this song is so fun. Like it's like a conversation between them two, like a whole back and forth of them like explaining like what respect means to them and things like that. Like just trying to figure out this concept. And it's so funny, especially like the little just like speaking parts at the end. Like,
oh yeah,
it's so funny. Like, he doesn't
He
even
is so
try to
funny.
be, but he's so funny.
Yoongi's dialect got me so
I love it.
He's
he's
sarcastically
so hot.
funny, but he's so fucking hilarious. I love him.
Feel that. He's so funny, but I love it because in one of the lyrics they're just like, oh, like respect is higher than love. So and then at that point I remember who it was that said it. They were just like, I respect you, and I was just like, man, these mofos really in this life together. They've been together for the past like what, like
They've
10,
been together
11
for
years.
10 years.
I know.
10 years,
That's
bro.
why it hits different. Like when you think about it, because every chance they get, they're like, "Hey, we've been like living together for like
For 10 years.
Yeah."
And it's I know for this, like when I read that they were like, oh, there's a Namjoon and Yoongi unit, I while I'm listening to the album, I heard, I listened to it in order, so I heard Ugh, and I was just like, bro, the Namjoon and Yoongi unit song is gonna be just like Ugh, and then I get to it and I'm like, okay, this is definitely not that, but it's such a vibe. And like after I finished listening to it and listening to it a couple times, I'm just like, this is totally their style.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah,
so much their style. And I love it. I love that they did this song kind of talking about respect, because again, it be, them doing promo in the USA and all this stuff. I feel like a lot of like, outlets, media outlets, people, like general public, is kind of just like, oh, whatever, and don't give them any respect for the art and the craft that they make. So I feel like with this, it's kind of just like, respect is being, like, this word is being thrown around by too many people that they don't really know what it means.
Or
so,
even at the
like,
beginning of their career, when like some of the underground rappers didn't like quote unquote respect them, or didn't think they
be free, bitch.
More flashbacks.
I was trying to be
More
civil,
flashbacks.
but like, yeah, like, and like they said, like it's kind of like a hard concept because like respect can be thrown around so many different ways for so many different people. So it's kind of like, what is it? Like sometimes you can say it in this context and it's like, whoa, I respect you so much, and then sometimes you can say it and it's kind of like a backhanded thing, like,
Listen, they said RESPECT. What it means to me.
say it, Aretha. Come on, girl.
yeah, no, I was living for this. This is also one of my favorite songs.
Same.
It's such a vibe. I freaking love it, man. I love them as a combo, bro. I love them together.
Namjoon. I also love that this speaks to Namjoon as a fucking human, because that man loves like old school hip hop, and I'm just like,
Yes.
And just like, again, the banter, you feel the banter in
They're
the
so
song.
funny.
Like, you're listening to it and you know that they had so much fun doing this song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you could tell. You could tell that writing the song was amazing for them. Like, recording the song was amazing for them. Like, you just know that they were having a blast.
And I was looking at different translations to make sure that this part was right. I don't know. I still don't know if it's right, but like if most people said it, but like at the end when they're talking and bantering back and forth and like they're asking each other what respect is, and he's like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, kid. And like something just got to me that he called him kid because he's like what, 2 years older? And I'm just like, get out.
Yoongi acts like he's like 55. I swear to God.
I love it.
I feel that.
his soul is. That's why.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. This whole album, though, you can just like feel like the connection with each other, and it truly is 7.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say this whole album you could just feel Yoongi's sarcasm, and I was like, bitch, you are.
I mean, that too.
That
but
too,
Yoongi,
though.
like he breathes sarcasm.
It's just that dialect at the end, man. Like, when he talks in his, he's just, Wow.
Back in my
I love it.
baby Bang 10 days, like when I was like first getting into them, I used to watch like compilations of them speaking in their dialects. I was so upset.
I love
and
it.
I was just like,
I love it
this
so
much.
I agree. I specifically like Jimin's.
Well, moving on to the last song that we'll be talking about for the album is called "We Are Bulletproof."
This is the
Eternal.
pew pew. When you said pew pew, this is the, we thought we was gonna go pop 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 pop, but we.
The biggest plot twist of 2020.
Oh my god!
No, listen. This song said bulletproof, but I felt like I was shot right in the feelings.
I was
like,
shattered.
damn, yo.
Yeah, didn't think that Bulletproof would be the song that I cried to, but this is my crying song. I was like, what is this?
This is our reality
I feel so
here.
bamboozled.
I just felt played. I was like, excuse me, this was not it. I was ready to get hype. I was ready to get lit. I was ready to like, you know, pop 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 on some like.
I was ready to.
Yeah.
I had my fake finger guns. Like I was like, let's go.
I was like, we are, but like, I had my Kevlar on. I had my Kevlar, my helmet. I was ready. I was like, let's go. No.
And then they hit me with the, we were only 7, but we have you all now. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that.
Bro, I
can't do that.
I know this is gonna be the last.
It was like
song.
the only thing I had was my dreams, and then I opened my eyes. I was like, "Oh hell nah!" I was like, "They did not just
I can't do it. I can't.
They did not just 180 my ass."
I know. I was ready to do hood rat shit with my friends. Instead, I'm crying at the club.
I was ready to Itamin John Cook, bitch. I was ready to Itamin John Cook. Okay.
But we cried in the club together because they're no longer 7. It's out. It's all of us now. We in this forever.
We in this that shit for life.
Honestly, Min Gi's voice in this song, amazing. We don't get to hear that a lot, and this album has fed me so well. I love it. There's a lyric for Namjoon, and he was like, "Everybody laughed at me, and I was ashamed of my name," and I was just like, "Damn, RM." But I was just like, "Damn, Namjoon." I know, but look at you now. But I was like, "But look at you now. Look at where you're at."
Our president.
Like,
honestly, I hope somebody just looked at him and was like, "No one calls you Rat Monster. Don't worry. Everyone calls you Namjoon. It's fine."
It's fine.
Exactly. But the real emo part in this is that at the end they say, "Tell me why you're still walking with us," and I'm like,
because we never walk alone.
I was like, how dare you say that to me after I spent all my hard-earned money, half of it
And then
on
there was
you.
me, my sarcastic ass was like, "Because I don't like to run."
What? Oh my
That she run.
god. Oh my god. But I mean, I understand that because even though they know they have all these fans who do love them and do all these like crazy, remarkable things like with and for them, like I know like you have to step back sometimes and be like, why me though? Like, why was it us? Why was it like our specific group? Or like, why was it me that I was put into this group, and then we have so many people that love us? Like, what? Because even like us, like we have like a small following, and anytime someone's just like, "Oh, I love your podcast," or blah blah blah, I'm like, really?
Why?
Why? Us? Why? You know what I mean?
Like, why are you listening to us?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even listen to us. I'm just kidding.
But okay. Oh, also, before we end all of this madness, you know, we are in our emo feels because with We Are Bulletproof and all that stuff. I do want to like shout out to BTS though, man. Like this album sold 2 million copies in 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, bro.
2 hours. Not even the whole day, just
Half
2
of them
hours.
was
2
me
million
at
copies.
Target.
So this is what I'm saying. Not only that, but then in the iTunes chart, they were literally 1 through 20. There was no room for any other song.
Love that.
1 through 20, aka all of the songs in the album.
Even the old songs,
They're-
are best.
Yes, 1 through
Poppin'
20. I'm
bottles.
telling you. I'm just like, bro, no other artists have ever done that. I've never seen any other artists do this. Like Western,
Yeah.
K-pop, anywhere.
Shout out to the kid at Target who had to stand guard for his shift over the BTS albums. You're doing
They
great,
would've given,
Greg.
if I worked at Target, they would have given that job to me.
Me too. Literally, I walked up and there were like 2 of them standing there, and I was like, oh, I thought they were just talking. And then like one walks away and the other one just looks at me, and I'm just like, he's like, hello. I'm like, oh, hi. And he just like kind of backs away, but he's like looking, and I was like, dang, they for real.
But yeah, but shout out to them again. Like this album. Oh, did we have anything else left to say about We Are Bulletproof?
It's amazing. I'm gonna cry. I can't wait to see all the army bombs turn purple. Thank you.
Oh my god.
I have one
can't
thing
wait
to
cry.
say. This is the other song that had me levitating to God because of Cookie's vocals. Thank you.
You're right.
And you know what? I like also Min Yoongi said something like, in the face of negativity, like, we did it. I said, you're right. You're right.
You did do that. What did you do? That.
But yeah, no, man, shout out to BTS. Like, this album is a masterpiece. It's beautiful. I know that it's not a lot of people's like cup of tea, and that's understandable.
Oh, really?
Yep, I've on my timeline I saw about maybe like 3 to 4 people say that they only like maybe like 1 or 2 songs.
Oh,
in the
I've
album.
I've seen none of that. Everyone's
Yeah,
just
same.
like, oh my god, this is the best.
Same. I would personally like to say thank you, BTS, again, because you put into words things that I can't even begin to express.
Better than words.
More than a feeling. Ow!
I'm in this Bangtan Soyinda shit for life, y'all.
Yup. Ride or die.
Feel it.
To wrap this up, the Map of the Soul 7, a masterpiece. Masterpiece of the soul, more like.
This is like, oh my gosh, you know like those books, like the chicken noodle soup?
Oh,
Chicken
chicken
Soul.
soup.
I had so many of those dang books.
Yes. It's like that, but in album form.
BTS, yet again, beyond expectation. Just magnifique. Magnifique.
Cannot wait to see this.
Not only is the album beautiful, but the album packaging is beautiful. It's like a whole fucking book. It's like
and they
a
use
dictionary.
recycled paper. Shout out
Yes.
to our environmentally friendly kings.
you know that was Namjoon's idea.
Because people were asking them to like do it, and they were like, okay, and so they did. And then of course you have some people who are complaining about it, but I think it's cute because they're like little. It's kind of like nostalgic, like little poster type material you can hang on your wall.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty.
cute.
So we're gonna finish off with songs of the week. My song of the week is "Map of the Soul" 7 by BTS.
Literally, it's been out a day.
Same. No,
That's it.
my song of the week is also the entire album, even like the songs that were from the previous album. Because you know what, it's great. Also, my Wonder song of the week. Hi.
Oh my god.
You thought I was gonna not do it? Okay, well no. My Wonder song of the week is "In My Arms" from their Japan release. Thank you.
I too think that I don't have to say it, but my song of the week is the entire Map of the Soul 7 album. But my NCT song of the week is only like a 2-minute clip because they're releasing all their mini MVs. But it's called Love Song, and everyone should vote for it because it's great, and I really need this music video to, be a thing. So thank you.
Wait, they're doing like you vote for the music
Yeah,
video
so
that
there's
you want?
11 mini tracks. I don't think
You gotta pick one.
Not counting Kick It, which is already the title track. And you get to pick like the winner. Like you have to meet a goal with retweets and likes, and once you meet that goal, you get like behind the scenes pictures, and then at the end they take the ones that had the most retweets or likes and the most like votes, and then that's the one that they're gonna give like a special stage to. So I think that's the one you're gonna get like a full music video for.
They better just drop the music videos for all of them. How dare they? Yes, do not do this to me.
So if you So if you love me, everyone should just go to their account and just retweet and like everything, so that way that this is basically like someone pointed out, this is a survey to see what we like, because like I don't know, being in city, like everyone just fights among themselves. Today a girl got bullied off the internet by NCT fans, and she's a whole NCT site, like because she didn't retweet something.
And citizens are wild, bro. They're wild.
It's hard out in these streets. It really is the ghetto, bra ta ta ta. But I'm surviving because I'm a gangster. I'm a G.
Honestly, and citizens are wild. They literally fight with their own fandom.
Yeah.
Okay, Carolina, what's your songs or album of the week?
Well, honestly, if I'm being real, I've been listening to the Monster X album a lot, which is all about love, more specifically Middle of the Night, and also Beside You with Pitbull.
Okay.
Of course.
But
The Latina she
listen,
is.
that song is a jam, I'm just saying. But also I've been jamming to the BTS album all day today, but specifically Ugh and Respect. Yeah. Mic drop.
This is what you need to do. You just take the clips from Terica and Cynthia of them saying that their song of the week is the BTS album, and just put that at the end for like the next 5 weeks, because that's all it's gonna be.
Honestly,
right.
yeah, I feel that.
It's okay.
My winter song is gonna change, but
Yeah, I know. It's like my NCT song will change.
But that is all for this week, everybody. Thank you for listening to us. Within the next 2 weeks, I will have a mental breakdown because Victon will be coming back.
we're gonna have a Victon week everywhere.
We're gonna have
just so
a
you know.
Victon special, everyone.
Victon?
A Victon special.
On our YouTube channel, on this podcast,
On our Twitter, Instagram.
everywhere.
But I'm excited about the Victon week because I'm gonna get real educated on Victon because I haven't really paid much attention to them in a long time, and I feel like that needs to change.
Anyway.
Wow. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying.
But
This is me.
Whether you-
Every time I say, "Oh my God,
No.
Subin," they're just like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay, then what the hell
It's
y'all
because
want?
we
Y'all want
know
me to
your
stand
bias
victim,
is
but then y'all
Hanse.
want me to not."
it's because we know
Like-
your bias, Hanse. Subin is just a front for you. He's just a side piece.
I support you, Carolina.
Okay. They're trying to shove another member down my throat. They've been trying to do it, and it hasn't happened yet.
Doesn't
Imagine
matter
why.
Because guess what? You can't touch Subin. You can look at him, but you can't.
You know
touch
what? Who's seen them live?
him. Wow, bitch! I'm really going.
Wow. Wow. The
That shit was so funny.
motherfucking disrespect. I don't wish harm on everyone, but if you fall down a flight of stairs right now, I wouldn't even be upset.
Damn.
You,
Hospital.
that was deep. Anyway, whether you're a terrible friend like Carolina or you're going to be listening to this BTS album for the next 2 months, make sure you always fangirl on.